Hello everybody, welcome to Slap Tarot. Today's video is all about intuition. What is intuition? Why you should follow it? How does it show up? Because it shows up different for all of us. And most importantly, how do you even know if it's intuition or not, right? So, before we get into that, I would just wanted to say thank you so much for being here. Please do like and subscribe to my channel if you will like the video and subscribe to the channel. If you think this was helpful to you, and do share it if you would like to help others. Also, if you would like to book a personal reading, you can at slaptarot.com. And also, don't forget to listen to my podcast where we literally discover or talk about the mysteries of the world. It is available on Google, Apple Podcast, and Spotify, and other places that I can't really remember, but if you type it in, it'll show up, I promise to you. Okay, so intuition. What is intuition? Why is everybody going so crazy over it? Blah, blah, blah. We'll cover all of these things today, okay? So, first and foremost, I want to mention something. Earth is going through a massive change right now, okay? A change that goes beyond coronavirus or the world pandemic or the fires or this or that. This is a change that is being caused by the people that live on planet Earth. And what is happening is that their vibrations are raising. They're getting higher. Their consciousness is changing. It's getting at a new level that we have not experienced on this planet, on this mass awakening level, right? So you could be feeling your intuition getting stronger as well because, well, you live on planet Earth and you will be affected by all the frequencies that are affecting planet Earth at this time. So if you feel your body get cold, you get goosebumps, you get this really, really strong feeling in your gut, which is a intuition classic, if I may add, okay? But if you feel any of these things, it is your intuition. Now, sometimes what happens is that we do not trust our own gut. The reason they say trust your gut is because we as women, or actually even generally as humans, tend to carry a lot of our emotions in our gut. So that's why when men drink, they have a little bare belly because, you know what, they're trying to avoid their emotions. So they keep it all in their stomach. If you're having bloating issues, honestly, drink chlorophyll water. I made a video on it, but this stuff's amazing. Okay, so what is intuition? Intuition is you literally picking up on energy before it happens. This is like your inner knowing. This is like you knowing something is off and there's no logical explanation for it, but you feel it. You feel it, you feel it, you feel it, okay? Not only that, but your intuition can really guide you to something that is better for you, like a choice that you make is better for you. A lot of times people get goosebumps and they don't know what that is, and I'm going to explain that to you today. Goosebumps is when you feel an energetic change in the environment. So if I say something and it gives you goosebumps, it's because what I said resonates with the truth of not only just what you're saying, but of the universe, right? And you felt it on this deep level and your body reacted by like your hands, your hair standing up. So goosebumps is kind of like your body's reaction to the energetic shift in a room or in a space or in an area, right? Now, I'm going to share a little story about how your intuition can show up in so many different ways, right? You can get signs, you can get a gut feeling, you can get goosebumps, you get a sudden knowing out of nowhere, okay? So I'm telling you this right now that this will become more and more common in the future because more and more humans are going to rise to that level where they're able to really tap into their gifts. And let me tell you something, every single human on this planet is or has a strong intuition. They just don't know it yet because they're not tapped into it, you know? So, one time, this was when I was in Pakistan, which was recently. Actually, it was almost like a year ago now, I think. Maybe 2 years ago, I don't know. I went for a while. Anyways. So I was hanging out with my friend and in her house, and there are people, like, you know, her family that lives there, but that day particularly, it was no one. It was just me, her, and I think her older brother and her older cousin. And they were hanging out in another room, and me and her were hanging out. And her older brother comes into the room and he's like, hey, do you girls want to go get some ice cream? And I was like, yes, of course, say less. Let me get my shoes. So we all hoppity hop out of our room, okay? We get into the car and we're driving. As we're reversing the car, I feel like something is off. I don't feel right being in the car. I feel like I forgot something in the house, but I checked my purse. I have my phone, I have my wallet, I have everything. So I'm like, you know what? Maybe I'm just paranoid. And so we reversed the car and now we're on the main street. And I'm like, you know what? Something feels off. Like something is just not right. And I tell my friend, I'm like, hey, like, I don't know, I don't feel so good. And she's like, why? What's wrong? I was like, I don't know. I feel like something needs to be checked in the house. Like we shouldn't have just got up and left. Like there's something we forgot. And then she was like, no, like I think we're fine, you're just being paranoid, this and that. And then we go to like the main street, like not into her house, like outside her house, but like the main street. And my gut is like, it's like twisting and turning, and I'm like, you know what? No, something is wrong. Like I feel like we are missing something. And so I tell her brother and I'm like, hey, can we just go back home real quick? I feel like I'm forgetting something. And he's like, sure. I was like, I don't know, I just need to go back home. I was just like, I need to go, right? So we go back home. And by the way, this is like early December in Lahore, Pakistan. Whoo, it is cold. It is freezing. And so we go there and guess what? We left the heater on. That could have literally burned the entire house down, you know? And once we got there, we looked at everything. I was like, oh my God, everything's fine. I was like, the heater. Me and my friend said it together. We're like, heater. We're like, oh my God. Because the heaters in Pakistan, or I guess the rest of the world, are different. They're just kind of like plug-in ones. And they produce a lot of heat. And if they've been left out for a long time, they can literally cause fires that are so hard to like, you know, get rid of. I don't know what's the right word. How do you extinguish? That's the word, extinguish. My bad. But anyways, so yeah, we went back to the house. We turned the heater off. We took a huge sigh of relief, and they were like, wow, Simoneel, thank you. We would have not even like thought of coming back or anything, you know. But my thing was, I didn't feel special. I was like, you know what? I just followed my intuition. And if I didn't, who knows, maybe the house would have burned. Maybe there would have been a spark. Maybe it would have just overheated and like exploded. I don't know, you know. But the point here is to always follow your intuition. Even though it might seem scary, it might seem like out of the ordinary, it might seem like, oh my gosh, what is happening? I didn't think of this. Why am I thinking like this? It's okay. There is no logic when it comes to intuition, okay? There is absolutely no logic. It is just all based on your feelings and energy. So the next time you feel something in your gut, whether it's to not trust a person, whether it is to trust a person, whether it's to walk away or go towards, whatever it is, regardless of whether it makes sense or not, just do it. I'm telling you, nobody has regretted. That's a really big statement, but I personally have not regretted following my intuition. It was always worth it. Even if I double check something, I would find something. I was like, oh my God, I could have died, you know, or you could have died. Well, maybe not that dramatic, but sometimes yes, you know. So the point is to always follow your intuition and do not question it. And if it's something like you're getting a feeling about something that's going to happen in the future, write it down, journal about it, you know. In fact, I should make a video about how to journal, but that's different. But with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, always trust your intuition. Do not question it and go towards it with full, maybe not full speed, but definitely go towards it. Like if your intuition is telling you something, believe it, because you are a source of light. You are connected to the divine, and any information that comes to you like out of nowhere, it is the truth. Maybe it's hard to prove, maybe it's hard to fully accept even, but it is there to show you something. It is there to point you in the right direction, you know. But yeah, and just like that, the other day I kept feeling like my intuition was like nudging me, like go to Barnes and Noble, go to Barnes and Noble. And I was like, why? What do I don't need anything from there. I just ordered a whole bunch of books on Amazon. Like, do I really need to go? But guess what? I decided to finally go. I was driving by there anyways. I took one turn. I ended up at Barnes & Noble. I love going there, by the way. And lo and behold, this tarot deck that I was looking for since I was like 14, okay, maybe 17, I found it there, and it was like this Titan something deck, and I was like, oh my gosh, here it is. No wonder I felt my intuition guiding me towards it. So it's not always something bad. It could be something good too that you've been wanting, you know. And I checked online for that deck. It was just like $27 plus shipping and handling. I was like, no, that's too expensive. And I got that deck right then and there, exactly what I wanted. No shipping, nothing, just following my intuition, you know. So do that next time. And I feel like a lot of us, especially men, oh my gosh, I cannot even tell you this. Men, because they don't know their feelings, it's hard for them to connect to their intuition. They might even feel like something is true, but they're not gonna believe it themselves. They're like, well, I don't have a logical explanation. Yeah, you're not supposed to, sir. Thanks. But yeah, especially if you're a man and you get these weird feelings, please follow it, because it is trying to teach you something. It is trying to tell you something, and following it, you will not regret it. I'm telling you right now, because your intuition has the best interest in its heart for you. It comes from you. It comes from the divine through you. You know what I mean? So trust it. With that being said, do not forget to like, subscribe, and share this video, this channel, and I will talk to you later. Swoop.